instead of doing it this way before I create a data structure map. So that may or may not be the way that I end up going, but it seems like just based on the sheer number of bullets that get generated, it's causing a little bit of slowdown. And I'm going to test after I hop off stream to see if it's if it speeds up at all when I'm not doing so many things with my machine. If it speeds up, I may leave it alone. If it doesn't speed up and it's running similarly slow, I may reconsider running this before I check for a collision. And then we may create a data structure and pass it in appropriately. So we may rework it just a little bit. I think it's probably going to be the best way to do this, so that we don't have to create a data structure for every single basically right now we're creating a data structure for every single potential enemy that could be connected with on each level, and that I'm feeling like is inefficient. We're creating a data structure for every enemy for every bullet, and while I think it's kind of clever the way it is, it may be a little bit better to extrapolate a little bit more of that and only create the data structure if the enemy is actually collided with. So shouldn't be too much to rework, but this is all really important because we're trying to push all of the different weapons through here. Right now we have 4 weapons. We have the Vulcan cannon, we have the shotgun, we have the katana blade, and we have the Griffin special. There will be more specials, so there's going to be even more weapons. So it's kind of how I'm thinking it through. Yeah, I've already done that, Cadrius. Let me show you the variable list. So here's my list of enemies, and then each enemy, once it gets created, once I'm checking each enemy, it goes through this data structure weapon map generator, and I'm basically doing a switch case for all the enemies here. Whichever one gets passed into this script, it then creates a data structure based on the enemy that gets passed in here, and adds several keys and values to this data structure, and then returns it, and then we do a weapon collision check, and we do it intelligently here, but we may not need to create a data structure for every single one that gets generated, and I'm just going to have to think about that for a minute to see if it's the most efficient way to do this. So but tonight we mainly focused on we did a little bit of touch up on health bars, not much. We might not even keep the health bar for the boss. We also focused on the score indicator. That was probably the main thing. That was my main goal to finish tonight. The score indicator, every time an enemy gets killed, we just want to do a little bit of visual feedback to the player that they've just destroyed something and they're scoring points for it. Right now everything scores basically 1 point. That's going to change a lot in the future, so I'm going to have to figure out how to make that a little bit better as well. So right now, because right now it's the way Game Maker works, you kind of have to know a value like that before you can pass it in. So yeah, the way it works, Cadrius, on the boss 1 kill score a little bit late. It does look kind of funny right now. It's working exactly the way it should be working. It's working exactly when the boss gets destroyed. Basically, when the screen turns white, I set the visibility of the boss to 0, so the boss disappears completely, so that it looks like he got destroyed. But what we're actually doing is waiting until the rocket is destroyed completely before we destroy the boss. It's just kind of order of operations. So what we could do is just make an exception for the boss and make that occur, right when you set off the missile for the boss, right when he has 0 hit points. So but yeah, that's it for today, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks so much for the time that you spent with me this evening. I think what I'll do is just leave you here with our our YouTube intro outro, and depending on if any of my buddies are hosting right now, I may just pass you over to them to just pass the hosting love. So just going to pull up our video. Come on. I'm logged in as a different user. One sec. You okay? Man, guys, my computer running so slow here. And one more thanks, guys. I appreciate it. And I'm going to play the video here.